Hello, good day, my glorious families. I welcome you to today's chapter of the day. So we are continuing into the book of Job, chapter 40. I actually did this chapter 40 with my crew members, with the kids. I did it with the kids, but I couldn't get to edit properly the way I wanted it, and I do not really have time editing video. So what I want to do is I'm gonna post it later on. So it's gonna be like a contribution, because they really made some vital points that I was not expecting. I told us that you should try to read the Bible with the children. Try and read Bible with your children or grandchildren or any kids around you, and then allow them to read if they can read. Then you two have the Bible with you. So you guys read together, or you read, they read. Like you can just say, okay, let's read for the next 30 minutes or so. So make sure everyone had read it, and then start asking them, what have you learned, or what can you say about what you read? Guess what? You'll be surprised, because they always have vital points. These children, they are very wise. A lot of them, they are very, very wise. All of them, very wise. So allow the children to be narrating the Bible to you. Like, read together and let them speak first before you contribute your own. You will be surprised. I want you to try it and tell me how it is. So it was really amazing doing the video with them, but because I couldn't edit, and I'm like, no, today will not go by again. I just have to redo the chapter 40 and just do it for my own self, by myself, and then later I'll just post it as another video. Let them tell us how, like, what they feel about that chapter 40. So let's read. I'll read it by myself this time around. So let's read. And the Lord said to Job, shall a fault finder contend with the Almighty? Anyone who argues with God must respond. So God is trying to tell Job, I'm talking now, so start talking. You've been talking, now it's time for you to speak. Come and challenge me. You want to challenge me, right? Come on, let's come to the floor and argue. And the Bible said God is unquestionable, He's almighty. I think what was wrong with Job was because he was worried. That was what I feel. Job was worried. Imagine your child asking for something like, oh, or a child falls down and got hurt and he keeps crying, and you the parent, you're not just saying anything. The child will keep on nagging and talking. Mommy, why you not talking? Mommy? That was what Job was actually doing. So I understand that Job was really, really worried. That was why he kept on doing all that. Okay, so I had to put a pause because my daughter needed my attention. So let's just read now. He said Job's response to God. God started talking since 38, 39. So here is 40, and now Job wants to speak, because God says, come on, let's come challenge me more. Hey, God. Then Job responds to God. In verse 3, Job said, Job answered the Lord, see, I am of small account. What shall I answer you? What will I say? What will I say to God? I lay my hand on my mouth. I have spoken once. I will not answer. I have spoken once, and I will not answer. Twice, but will proceed no further. I will not talk again. I will not talk again. Then another subject says God's challenge to Job. Then the Lord answered Job, and then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind. Whirlwind. Oh my God. That's one thing that I noticed, that God, you can't see God face to face. Out of the whirlwind, it means that, God appeared to him like a wind. So, because nobody can see God face to face. Even Moses, that was so curious, curiosity killed the cat. He was so curious. He asked for God's. He asked God that he wants to see him. You know what happened to him, right? Nobody can see God face to face. Moses only saw the back view of God, and we all know what happened to him. So let's continue reading. He said God's challenge to Job. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind. Guard up your lions like a man, which means brave yourself up like a man. That's what another version of the Bible says. That's, come on, brace yourself. But it's not easy. It's not. Then God said, I will question you, and you declare to me. Will you even put me in the wrong? Will you condemn me that you may be justified? Have you an arm like God? And can you thunder with a voice like his? Deck yourself with majesty and dignity. Clothe yourself with glory and splendor. Pour out the overflowing of your anger, and look on all who are proud and abase them. Look on all who are proud and bring them low. Tread down the wicked where they stand. Hide them all in the dust together. Bind their faces in the wild below. Then I will also acknowledge to you that your own right hand can give you victory. Look at Beth, look at behemoth, look at behemoth, which I made just as I made you. It eats grass like an ox. Its strength is in its lions, is in its loins. He said, and its power in the muscles of his belly. It makes his tail stiff like a cedar. And then the sinews of its thighs are knit together. Its bones are tubes of bronze, its limbs like bars of iron. It is the first of the great acts of God. Only its maker can approach it with the sword. For the mountains yield food for it where all the wild animals play. Under the lotus plant it lies, in the covert of its reeds in the marsh. The lotus trees cover it for shade. The willows of the wadi surround it. Even if the river is turbulent, it is not frightened. It is confident through Jordan, rushes against its mouth. Can one take it with hooks or pierce its nose with a snare? These are mysteries, right? There are places here where like it shakes me off, like it's wow me. I don't know about you. If there's anywhere that wow you here, let me know. So you may be wondering, what is behemoth or behemoth? Behemoth is behemoth, is a kind of grass eating animal, and it's describing this. God described this animal here, and I don't think that animal exists. I don't think so. Behemoth is a kind of animal that eats grass. It's a grass eating animal. So it eats its own. He said, it eats grass like an ox. His strength is in his loins, and his power in the muscle of his belly. It makes his tail stiff like a cedar. The sinews of its thighs are knit together. Its bones are tubes of bronze. Its limbs like bars of iron. All of this description came from God. That is why I said this Job is a revelation on its own. It's another book of revelation. Do you agree with me or not? Let's meet in another chapter 41, and that will be the second to the last. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.
We are the glorious generation family. Please join us today, and we bless you.